Today, Professor Dr. Manoj Kumar will take discussion on his book of the organization behavior. Organization behavior is the very important topic. Understanding the organization behavior is important for the managers, for the CEO, how the organization behave, any of the person, for the making of the decision making. Organization behavior is the important. And in the subject of his book of the organizational behavior, he will discuss today delegation, authority, and the power. What is the delegation? What is the authority? And what is the power? And how this authority and power can be managed. And in this, we will discuss about the contents, objectives, introduction, delegation. What is the meaning of the delegation? We will know today what are the meaning of the delegations are there. Features of the delegation. What are the features of the delegations are there? What are the principles of the delegation? What are the advantages of the delegation and issue regarding the delegation? We will discuss today about these issues in the case of the delegation. Authority. Meaning of the authority. What is the meaning of the authority? What are the types of the authority? What are the types of the authority? What are the advantages and disadvantages of authority? Authority का advantages क्या है उसके बारे में हम लोग स्टडी करेंगे. कितने टाइप के authority होते हैं, what is the meaning of the authority, उसको डिस्कस करेंगे. Power. What is the meaning of the power? Power का meaning क्या है, types of the power क्या है, ऑथोरिटी वर्सेस पावर क्या है, समरी क्या है, कीवर्ड्स क्या है, सेल्फ असेसमेंट क्या है, रिव्यू क्वेश्चन क्या है, और फर्दर रीडिंग ऑफ द डेलीगेशन, ऑथोरिटी एंड पावर. ऑब्जेक्टिव्स. After studying this unit, you will be able to state the meaning and features of the delegation. Discuss principles and issue regarding delegation. Explain the types of the authority. Identify source of the power. Identify source of the power. Introduction. Power and authority are the currency of the organization. They enable an individual or group to get things done through others or in competition with the others, because organization require control performance. The flip side of authority is responsibility. Trends such as empowerment make this a hot issue. How do you share power and retain the control? How do you share power and you will retain the control on the organization, on the people? This is important to understand. पावर को कैसे रिटेन किया जाए, हाउ टू शेयर द पावर, ये आपको इंपॉर्टेंट इसी है किसी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में. डेलीगेशन इज द मैनेजमेंट प्रोसेस थ्रू विच ऑथोरिटी फ्लोज डाउन द स्केलर चेन. It is one of those good things that in practice are difficult for managers to get right. It is one of those good things that in practice are difficult for managers to get the right. Delegation. Many companies fail in their specific business because of their lack of the effective delegation. Many of the Indian company fail. कई कंपनी फेल हो गए हैं, एसएमई फेल हो गया है, पब्लिक सेक्टर इंडिया का फेल हो गया है. बिकॉज ऑफ देयर लैक ऑफ द इफेक्टिव डेलीगेशन की वजह से पब्लिक सेक्टर इंडिया का फेल हो गया है, बहुत सारे कंपनियां आपको फेल हो गए। Delegation is not just telling an employee to answer a call or to fill out the sum of the paperwork for the manager or make him do such easy tasks. It is about assigning the challenging job. Delegation is about assigning the challenging job. A manager has to assign the challenging job. A manager has to assign a challenging job to their employee. Delegate their authority. The reason why most companies find it hard to delegate the difficult task is the lack of the confidence in their employee. Delegation is very important for a business to prosper. Effective delegation allows you to trim down your tasks so that you can concentrate on the major areas of your business. You have to concentrate on the major of area of your business. Business के किस एरिया में आपको कंसंट्रेट करना है, इसके बारे में आपको ये बताता है। Now the question is, what is delegation? What is delegation? This is the more important thing is there. What is the delegation? What is the delegation? Meaning of the delegation. Delegation is the process by which the manager assigns a portion of his total workload to the others. Manager assigns a portion of his total workload to the others. Effective delegation permits manager to tackle higher priority duties while helping to the train and develop the lower level manager. Hence, every manager in a company must assign a portion of his total workload to the others. आप अपने वर्कलोड का कुछ पार्ट अदर्स को असाइन कीजिए। Effective delegation permits manager to tackle higher priority duty while helping to the train and develop the lower level manager. Thus, delegation is a process whereby superior process to a subordinate part of his her or one authority to the make decision. Thus, delegation is a process. ये एक process है, delegation, whereby a superior process to a subordinate part of each her or one authority to make decisions. Delegation is necessary. Delegation आपको जरूरी है। क्यों जरूरी है? Managers have the limited work कैपेसिटी। किसी भी आदमी का जो वर्कलोड कैपेसिटी होता है वो लिमिटेड होता है। Hence, a manager must to be delegate his authority to the other people, workload to the other people. Manager need to be free from the higher level task. Manager चाहता है कि हायर लेवल टास्क से वो आपको फ्री हो जाए। डेलीगेशन कैन इनहांस द एम्प्लॉय सेटिस्फैक्शन। ये आपको एम्प्लॉय सेटिस्फैक्शन को आपको बढ़ाता है, फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी लाता है। फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी जो है ना, फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी, ऑर्गेनाइजेशन को फ्लेक्सिबल होना जरूरी है। किसी भी पर्सन को फ्लेक्सिबल होना जरूरी है। जितना ज्यादा फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी आएगा उतना ज्यादा सक्सेस आपको ऑर्गेनाइजेशन को होगा, पर्सन को होगा। इसलिए फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी जो आपको ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के लिए है ना, फ्लेक्सिबल होना आपको जरूरी है। रेस्पॉन्सिवनेस टू द कस्टमर। रेस्पॉन्सिवनेस टू द कस्टमर, कस्टमर के फॉर रेस्पॉन्सिव होना जरूरी है। कस्टमर क्या डिमांड कर रहा है, कस्टमर क्या चाहता है, व्हाट आर द कस्टमर वांट्स, रेस्पॉन्सिव टू द कस्टमर इज द जरूरी है। डेलीगेशन कैन इनहांस एम्प्लॉय सेटिस्फैक्शन, ये आपको एम्प्लॉय सेटिस्फैक्शन को बढ़ाता है। द प्रोसेस ऑफ डेलीगेशन इन्वॉल्व्स सर्टेन स्टेप्स लाइक द स्पेसिफिक टास्क, ऑब्जेक्ट, constraint, targets and standards, check understanding, formally assign responsibility, specifying scope and area of the authority. The process of delegation involves certain steps like specify task object, task object को specify कीजिए, what are the constants, सभी काम को करने में कॉन्स्टेंट्स होते हैं, आप कॉन्स्टेंट्स को आइडेंटिफाई कीजिए। सेट द टारगेट्स, टारगेट को सेट कीजिए, एंड स्टैंडर्ड्स को सेट कीजिए। स्टैंडर्ड को सेट कीजिए कि आपको करना क्या है, टारगेट सेट कीजिए फॉर द कंपनी, फॉर द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, आपको करना क्या है। चेकिंग द अंडरस्टैंडिंग, फॉर्मली असाइन रेस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी, आप रेस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी स्पाइन कीजिए। Specifying scope and area of the authority. Gain agreement. Allocate necessary resources, including help when requested. Allocate the necessary resources. Then back up. Maintain supportive contact. सपोर्टिव कॉन्टैक्ट को मेंटेन कीजिए, रिव्यू कीजिए एंड फीडबैक कीजिए अकॉर्डिंग टू द एग्रीड शेड्यूल। उसको रिव्यू कीजिए, क्या हो रहा है, नहीं हो रहा है। फीडबैक जरूरी है, फीडबैक गेन कीजिए अकॉर्डिंग टू द एग्रीड शेड्यूल। फीडबैक जरूरी है अकॉर्डिंग टू द एग्रीड शेड्यूल। आपको फीडबैक आपको जरूरी है। Features of the delegation. A manager alone cannot perform all the tasks assigned to him. एक मैनेजर अपने से वो सारा काम नहीं कर सकता है। कंपनी का सारा काम ए मैनेजर से अकेले नहीं हो सकता है, नहीं कर सकता, इसीलिए आपको डेलीगेशन आपको जरूरी है। In order to meet the targets, the manager should delegate some task or duty to the subordinates. The manager should delegate some task or duty to the subordinate. Task or duty to subordinate को आपको देना जरूरी है, since management means getting work done through the others. Delegation of the authority means division of the authority. Authority को divide कीजिए and powers downward to the subordinate and powers downward to the solution. The subordinate delegation is about entrusting someone else to do parts of your job. Delegation is about entrusting someone else to do parts of your job. Delegation of authority can be defined as subdivision and suballocation of the power to the subordinates in order to achieve effective results. Some of the important features of the delegation may be listed. Thus, a cooperative relationship in an organization is essential. Cooperation from the others is essential when you are being a manager, you are being a director, you are being any of the principal. Cooperation of the students is essential. Cooperation of the staffs are essential. Delegation is the cooperative relationship. It is a demanding function. It requires sacrifice from both the delegator and the one to whom the responsibility task has been delegated to. Act of the mutual reliance. Delegation is an act of the mutual reliance, an expression of the dependence and trust on the another person's ability. Act of the mutual reliance. Delegation is an act of the mutual reliance. an expression of the dependence and trust on the another person's ability. दूसरे पर्सन का एबिलिटी पे ट्रस्ट करना वो आपको जरूरी है. This also involves an assumption on the part of one of who is delegating the authority that the individual to whom duties have been delegated possesses the necessary skill and strength to be able to discharge those tasks or the duty. Freedom of the thought and action. Freedom of the thought. In democracy, freedom of thought is there. Delegation means freedom of the action, sufficient to get the task accomplished. It means freedom to make decision, permission to make mistakes, and freedom to use one's full capacity. This does not mean that the manager leaves the subordinate on his own to the sink or the swing. इसका मतलब ये नहीं है कि मैनेजर किसी सबऑर्डिनेट को सिंक करने के लिए छोड़ दे, स्विम करने के लिए छोड़ दे. It simply means that the one who has delegated the authority guides the one to whom the delegation has been done. Delegated the authority guides the one to whom the delegation has been done so as to let the latter learn and nuances and succeed by the trial and error method. Trial and error method. A courageous act. Delegation of authority or responsibility is quite a challenging act. The fear of being ultimately responsible compels many managers to indulge in the under delegation. In fact, delegation poses an interesting paradox. The delegator gives and retains authority simultaneously and creates responsibility, yet does not escape ultimate authority. On the other hand, the manager is expected to adopt an attitude of the hands-off once the grant of authority is made. Additionally, the manager must create such an administrative structure where the freedom of the different person does not clash, where the ordinary relationship prosper. बहुत अच्छी बात लिखी हुई है. फ्रीडम ऑफ द डिफरेंट पर्सन डज नॉट क्लैश. ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में वो क्लैश नहीं होना चाहिए. मैनेजर के साथ में आपको क्लैश नहीं होना चाहिए. ऑन द अदर हैंड, ऑथोरिटी डेलीगेशन इज नॉट रेस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी डेलीगेशन. ये आपको रेस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी डेलीगेशन नहीं है. It is impossible for manager ever to surrender his ultimate responsibility. Thus, delegating duties seem to be an easy concept to grasp, but a difficult one to put into practice. बिल्कुल सही लिखा हुआ है. It is difficult to one to put into practice. Practice में लाना आपको difficult है. Delegation demands expression of the some positive human traits. Delegation demands expression of the some positive human traits. To delegate effectively, a manager must be prepared to give of his time. Manager must be prepared to give up his time, his interest, and his effort with the no promise of the immediate return. Delegation of the authority inadvertently is a risky proposition, and the manager who is not willing to accept the risk of the poor subordinate performance is really not qualified for the managerial berth in the organization. Delegation thus is a challenging task. It is in fact a skill that separates the men from the boys in the management. Delegation एक challenging task है, एक skill है जो कि सेपरेट करता है मैन को. ये आपको courageous act है. You must be the courageous about the delegation. कंपनी को आगे बढ़ाना है, ऑर्गेनाइजेशन को आगे बढ़ाना है. आपको courageous टास्क है कि क्या आपको courageous टास्क है कि क्या आपको करना है. है ना? ये आपको courageous टास्क है, एक्टिविटी है. आपको क्या करना है. फॉरवर्ड थिंकिंग प्रिंसिपल. Delegation from a behavior point of view is the most forward thinking principle. ये आपको फॉरवर्ड कंपनी को आगे ले आने के लिए आपको जरूरी है. It opens a new unit in the superior subordinate relationship. The granting of the freedom to act by the superior is the evidence of the confidence in the subordinate. The subordinate responds by developing a constructive sense of the responsibility. He is cognizant of the fact that he is an end in himself and not simply a means towards the ends of the superior. The acceptance of the responsibility by the subordinate means the changed responsibility for the superior, and each finds himself playing a new dynamic role. Forward thinking principle is the most forward thinking principle. It opens a new unit in the superior subordinate relationship. Opens a new unit in the superior subordinate relationship. The granting of freedom to act by the superior is evidence of the confidence in the subordinate. The subordinate responds by developing a constructive sense of the responsibility. He is cognizant of the fact that he is an end in himself and not simply a means towards the end of his superior. Next, we talk about the principle of the delegation. This is the important. What is the principle of the delegation? कैसे आप डेलीगेट करेंगे? Principles of the result expected. Result expect का आपको करना है. Suggests that every manager before delegating the power to the subordinate should be able to clearly define the goals as well the result expected from them. The goals and targets should be completely and clearly defined in the organization. कंपनी का गोल क्या है, कंपनी का टारगेट क्या है, ये आपको कंप्लीटली एंड क्लियरली डिफाइंड होना चाहिए. And the standard of performance should be also notified clearly. For example, a marketing manager explains the salesman regarding the units of the sales to take place in the particular day. Say 10 units a day have to be the target sales. While a marketing manager provides these guidelines of the sales, mentoring the target sales is very important so that the salesman can be perform his duty efficiently with a clear state of the mind. And principles of the result expected is there. Principles of the parity of authority and responsibility. According to this principle, the manager should keep a balance between the authority and the responsibility. Both of them should go hand in hand. According to this principle, if a subordinate is given a responsibility to perform a task, then at the same time, he should be given enough independence and power to carry out the task effectively. The principle also does not provide excessive authority to the subordinate, which at times can be misused by him. The authority should be given in such a way which matches the task given to him. Therefore, there should be no degree of the disparity between the two. There should be no degree to disparity between the two. Principle of the absolute responsibility. This says that the authority can be delegated, but not responsibility cannot be delegated by the managers to his subordinate, which means responsibility is the fix. Principle of the absolute responsibility. This says the authority can be delegated. Authority दिया जा सकता है, responsibility सभी का फिक्स है. एक आदमी को क्या काम करना है वो आपको फिक्स है. The manager at every level, no matter what is his authority, is always responsible to his superior for carrying out his task by delegating the power. Always responsible to his superior for carrying out his task by the delegating the power. It does not mean that he can escape from his responsibility. आप अपना responsibility से भाग नहीं सकते हैं. You cannot escape from his responsibility. आप अपना responsibility से आप भाग नहीं सकते हैं. He always remain responsible till the completion of the task. He will always remain responsible till the completion of the task. Every superior is responsible for the act of their subordinates and are accountable to their superior. Therefore, the superiors cannot pass the blame to the subordinates. Blame करना ना एक difficult चीज है. Superior cannot pass the blame to the subordinate. एक दूसरे को ब्लेम करना, ये आपको यहां पर आपको दिया है, ये ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में आपको नहीं होना चाहिए. इफ ही हैज डेलीगेटेड सर्टेन पावर टू द सबऑर्डिनेट्स, अगर कोई पावर उसको दिया गया है. एग्जांपल, इफ द प्रोडक्शन मैनेजर हैज बीन गिवन ए वर्क एंड द मशीन ब्रेक डाउन, if repairman is not able to get the repair work done, production manager will be responsible to the CO if their production is not completed. आपको बहुत अच्छा एग्जाम्पल यहां पे दिया हुआ है कि प्रोडक्शन मैनेजर को टास्क दिया गया है और मशीन ब्रेक डाउन कर गया है. इफ रिपेयर मैन इज नॉट एबल टू गेट रिपेयर वर्क डन, अगर रिपेयर मैन आपको नहीं रिपेयर कर पाता है तो ये प्रोडक्शन मैनेजर रेस्पॉन्सिबल है टू द सीओ इफ देयर प्रोडक्शन इज नॉट कंप्लीटेड. अगर प्रोडक्शन आपको कंप्लीट नहीं होता है तो ये आपको प्रिंसिपल ऑफ द एब्सोल्यूट रेस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है, आपको करना है. प्रिंसिपल ऑफ द अथॉरिटी लेवल. This principle suggests that a manager should exercise his authority within the jurisdiction framework given. The manager should be forced to consult their superior with those matters of which the authority is not given. That means before a manager takes any important decision, he should make sure that he has the authority to do that. On the other hand, subordinates should also not frequently go with regards to their complaints as well as suggestion to their superior if they are not asked to do. Principle of the authority level. Thus, this principle suggests that the manager should exercise his authority within the jurisdiction framework given. The manager should be forced to consult their superior with those matters of which the authority is not given. That means before a manager takes any important decision, he should make sure that he has the authority to do that. On the other hand, subordinate should also not frequently go with the regards to their complaint as well as suggestion to their superior if they are not asked to do. The principle emphasizes on the degree of the authority and the level up to which it has to be maintained. To develop a culture of the high delegation, the management should practice following steps. ये आपको management should practice the following steps. Understand the nature of the task. Nature of the task को समझिए. Review the task the manager is responsible for. Differentiate the task that should be done by the others. Analyze the skills and capability of the subordinates. Subordinates के skill and capability को analyze कीजिए. ये आपको बहुत जरूरी है. एज ए मैनेजरियल रोल आप सबऑर्डिनेट के स्किल एंड कैपेबिलिटी को एनालाइज कीजिए. इन्फॉर्म द सबऑर्डिनेट्स द टास्क टू बी परफॉर्म. सबऑर्डिनेट्स को बताइए कि क्या क्या करना है. व्हाट आर द टास्क दैट टू बी परफॉर्म. डिटरमाइन व्हाट यू विल डेलीगेट. डिटरमाइन कीजिए क्या क्या डेलीगेट करना है. Clarify the results you want. Clarify the results you want. Be sure to delegate the authority. Be sure to delegate the authority. Delegate to the right person. आप सही आदमी को पहचानना कंपनी में आपको जरूरी है. Who is the right person to do this? नहीं तो कंपनी आपका फेल हो जाएगा। मैंने पहले ही बताया, कई एसएमई इंडिया के फेल है, पब्लिक सेक्टर आपका फेल है। ये आपको डेलीगेशन आपको राइट पर्सन से आपको नहीं हो रहा। पब्लिक सेक्टर्स सारे फेल हो रहे हैं। कारण क्या है? स्मॉल स्केल इंडस्ट्री आपको फेल होती जा रही है। कारण क्या है? प्रॉपर असाइनमेंट ऑफ द ड्यूटी। आप असाइनमेंट ऑफ द ड्यूटीज कीजिए। प्रॉपर असाइनमेंट ऑफ द ड्यूटीज इज इंपॉर्टेंट। बी श्योर द एम्प्लॉय अंडरस्टैंड हिज ऑथोरिटी। एम्प्लॉय जो है अपने ऑथोरिटी को समझे, ये आपको इंपॉर्टेंट है। प्रॉपर असाइनमेंट ऑफ द ड्यूटीज आर इंपॉर्टेंट। प्रॉपर असाइनमेंट ऑफ द ड्यूटीज आपको जरूरी है। Encourage and motivate them to take up the assignment willfully. Encourage and motivate them. आप उसको encourage कीजिए, motivate कीजिए, जिससे कि असाइनमेंट वो जो है अपना willfully ले, अपने खुशी खुशी जिसको बोलते हैं, वो अपने असाइनमेंट को खुशी खुशी ले। आप उसको encourage कीजिए, आप उसको motivate कीजिए। डिटेल द ऑथोरिटी रिलेटेड टू द जॉब परफॉर्मेंस। जॉब परफॉर्मेंस के बारे में ऑथोरिटी को डिटेल कीजिए। ग्रांटिंग ऑथोरिटी टू परफॉर्म। शेयरिंग पावर। आप पावर को शेयर कीजिए। एंड बीइंग फ्लेक्सिबल। आप बिल्कुल फ्लेक्सिबल होइए। फ्लेक्सिबल जो वर्ड है ना, ये बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट है सक्सेस के लिए। आप जितना फ्लेक्सिबल होंगे, आप उतना राइज करेंगे, कैरियर में आप राइज करेंगे। ये फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी इंपॉर्टेंट है ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के लिए, ये आपको इंपॉर्टेंट है। क्रॉस चेक द सबऑर्डिनेट्स। इसको आप सबऑर्डिनेट के स्किल को क्रॉस चेक कीजिए टू फॉलो द इंस्ट्रक्शन। क्रॉस चेक द सबऑर्डिनेट्स स्किल टू फॉलो द इंस्ट्रक्शन। जितने भी आप जो सबऑर्डिनेट्स के स्किल को आप जो चेक कीजिए। गिव फ्रीडम। आप उसको फ्रीडम दीजिए, आजादी दीजिए काम करने के लिए। ऑटोनॉमी इन टास्क परफॉर्मेंस, ये आपको बहुत ही आपको अच्छा लिखा हुआ है। आप उसको बार बार मत टोकिए, आप उसको फ्रीडम दे दीजिए। फ्रीडम दे दीजिए, ऑटोनॉमी दीजिए अपने टास्क को परफॉर्मेंस करने के लिए। आप उसको फ्रीडम दे दीजिए, ऑटोनॉमी दे दीजिए कि वो खुद ही करे। हमें रिजल्ट चाहिए, आप उसको रिजल्ट बता दीजिए कि ये इतना प्रोडक्शन दिन में चाहिए, आप दैट, और उसको फ्रीडम दे दीजिए। ऑटोनॉमी, प्रोवाइड द ऑटोनॉमी इन द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन। एक्सचेंज आइडियाज, फीलिंग एंड द वैल्यू। आप आइडियाज को एक्सचेंज कीजिए, फीलिंग को एक्सपेंड कीजिए एंड वैल्यूज को एक्सपेंड कीजिए। डेवलप कॉन्फिडेंस। आप कॉन्फिडेंस डेवलप कीजिए एंड विल टू वर्क एज ए इंडिपेंडेंट। कॉन्फिडेंस आप डेवलप करके इंडिपेंडेंट वर्क करने का आप जो है काम कीजिए, टू वर्क एज ए इंडिपेंडेंट। concurrent job monitoring and evaluation of the subordinate। concurrent job monitoring and evaluation of the subordinates कीजिए, ये आपको एसेंशियल है। clarification and removal of obstacle in the functional level। क्लियर, आप क्लियर कीजिए एंड रिमूवल ऑफ द ऑब्स्टेकल्स। ऑब्स्टेकल क्या क्या है, आप ये फंक्शनल है कि नहीं है, आप उसको क्लियर कीजिए। मेंटेन ओपन कम्युनिकेशन। आप ओपन कम्युनिकेशन आप इस्टेब्लिश कीजिए पीपुल के बीच में। ट्रस्ट पीपुल टू डू वेल। आप पीपुल पे ट्रस्ट कीजिए, अच्छा काम करने के लिए आप उस पर ट्रस्ट कीजिए। ट्रस्ट पीपुल टू डू वेल। नेवर गिव फाइनल रेस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी। आप उसको फाइनल रेस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी नहीं दीजिए। क्रिएट ए क्लाइमेट ऑफ द रेस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी। एक रेस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी का क्लाइमेट आप इस्टेब्लिश कीजिए। इस्टेब्लिश ए टाइम लिमिट। अब टाइम लिमिट, टाइम फ्रेम देना जरूरी है। किसी भी काम करके साथ आप उसको डेडलाइन दीजिए कि क्या आप कितने दिन में करेंगे। ये टाइम लिमिट एस्टैब्लिश करना जरूरी है। आप टाइम लिमिट आप एस्टैब्लिश नहीं करेंगे तो आपको दिक्कत आएगी। ऑब्टेन फीडबैक फ्रॉम द एम्प्लॉय, आप एम्प्लॉय से फीडबैक गेन कीजिए कि कैसा काम हो रहा है। सॉलिसिट फीडबैक, एस्टैब्लिश ए फॉलो अप शेड्यूल, ये आपको जरूरी है। एंड दी आर द एडवांटेजेस ऑफ द डेलीगेशन। डेलीगेशन के क्या क्या एडवांटेज है वो आपको यहां पर आपको बताया है। व्हाट आर द एडवांटेज रिगार्डिंग द डेलीगेशन? Delegation has multiple effects. Since only delegating benefit, even the staff and the company, the one delegating reduces his workload and can focus his efforts and energy into something that needs his her skills more. The manager delegating is giving himself more time to analyze business trend, anticipate issue, and plan to be used in the tune with the version of the company. These are just some of the aspects worth of every manager's focus to be effective as a leader. The first and most obvious is that the more tasks managers are able to delegate, the more opportunity they have to seek and accept increased responsibility from the higher level manager. Thus, manager will try to delegate not only routine matters but also tasks requiring thought and initiative, so that they will be free to function with the maximum effectiveness for their organization. In addition, delegation causes employee to accept accountability and exercise judgment. This is not only helps train them, an important advantage of the delegation, but also improves their self-confidence and willingness to take initiative. Another advantage of delegation is that frequently leads to the better decision. Because closest to the where the action is are likely to have a clear view of the facts. For example, a West Coast sales manager should be in a better position to allocate California sales territory than a New York-based vice president of the sales. Effective delegation also speed up decision making. ये आपको डिसीजन मेकिंग को आपको स्पीड अप करता है. Valuable time can be lost when employee must check with their managers. Valuable time can be lost when employee must check with their employers, who then may have to check with their managers before making a decision. The delay is eliminated when employees are authorized to make the necessary decision on the spot. These are the advantages of the delegation. Delegation has the multiple effect. Even the staff and the company, the one delegating reduces his workload and can focus his efforts and energy to the something that needs his her skills more. The manager delegating is giving himself more time to analyze business trend, anticipate issue, and plan and be in tune with the vision of the company. These are just some of the aspects worth of the every manager's focus to be effective as a leader. The first and most obvious, that is the more task manager are able to delegate, the more opportunity they have to be seek and accept the increased responsibility from the higher level manager. Thus, managers will try to delegate not only routine matters, but also tasks requiring thought and initiative, so that they will be free function maximum effectiveness to their organization. function with the maximum effectiveness for their organization. अपने organization में आपको maximum effectiveness आपको लाना चाहिए. In addition, delegation causes employee to accept accountability and exercise judgment. This only helps train them, an important advantage of the delegation, but also improve their self-confidence and willingness to take initiative. Another advantage of the delegation is that it frequently leads to the better decision. It leads to the better decision because employee closest where the action is likely to have a clear view of the facts. For example, a West Coast sales manager should be in a better position to allocate California sales territory than a New York-based vice president of the sales. Effective delegation also speed up the decision making. Valuable time can be lost when employee must check with their managers, who then may have to check with their managers before making a decision. This delay is eliminated when employees are authorized to make the necessary decision on the spot. Next, Professor Dr. Manoj Kumar will discuss about the issue regarding the delegation of the task or responsibility or even authority is never an easy job. ये आपको आसान काम उतना नहीं है कि आप किसी को अथॉरिटी दे दीजिए, रेस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी दे दीजिए और टास्क असाइन कर दीजिए. इट इज क्वाइट चैलेंजिंग टास्क. ये आपको क्वाइट चैलेंजिंग टास्क है एंड रिक्वायर्स हैंडलिंग ए लॉट ऑफ इशू. ये लॉट ऑफ इशू हैंडल करने के लिए आपको कह रहा है द फॉलोइंग प्रेजेंट द मेन इशू प्रेजेंटिंग हर्डल इन द प्रोसेस ऑफ द डेलीगेशन. द फॉलोइंग प्रेजेंट द मेन इशू प्रेजेंटिंग द हर्डल इन द प्रोसेस ऑफ द डेलीगेशन. ये आपके मेन इशू है किसी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में. विच आर द हर्डल, what to delegate and what not to delegate. क्या क्या डेलीगेट करना चाहिए, क्या क्या डेलीगेट नहीं करना चाहिए. By virtue of this his position in the hierarchy, a superior is usually a position to handle tasks better than the subordinate. There is a natural tendency for the manager to resist delegating adequate authority and do everything themselves. ये आपको नेचुरल टेंडेंसी है किसी मैनेजर का कि सारे काम वो खुद करते हैं, टू रेसिस्ट द डेलीगेटिंग एडेक्वेट अथॉरिटी. After a time, the manager is certain to find himself buried in detail and busy fighting fires instead of concentrating on the key issue. What to delegate? Delegate क्या करना है? Delegate क्या करना है? In fact, is not a simple question to answer. ये आपको सिंपल क्वेश्चन आपको आंसर में आपको नहीं है. बिफोर ट्राइंग टू सॉल्व द पजल को सॉल्व करने से पहले ए मैनेजर नीड्स ए रियलिस्टिक पिक्चर ऑफ हिज पर्सनल स्ट्रेंथ एंड वीकनेस. रियलिस्टिक पिक्चर ऑफ हिज पर्सनल स्ट्रेंथ, उसके पर्सनल स्ट्रेंथ का आपको रियलिस्टिक पिक्चर, आपको स्ट्रेंथ और वीकनेस का जानना जरूरी है. He can avoid the temptation to the transfer his mistake and limitation to other. ये आपको बहुत ही अच्छा इशू है. What to delegate and what not to delegate. As one executive expresses is, I delegate everything that can be defined. This leaves me with the score coping on the job that have been delegated and with freedom to spend most time on planning opportunity that lie ahead. My practice has been to select jobs I know best and could supervise most easily and delegate them first. In planning to delegate, the delegator might find it useful to divide the work into the reasonable and logical units that can be performed by the others. To whom should the authority be delegated? Authority किसको delegate किया जाए? Third on Roosevelt observed once, the best executive is the one who has enough sense to pick good गुड मैन टू डू। आप अच्छा आदमी को पिकअप कीजिए। व्हाट ही वांट्स टू बी डन, क्या वो करना चाहता है। सेल्फ रेसिस्टेंट इनफ टू कीप फ्रॉम मेडलिंग विद देम व्हाइल दे डू इट। Clearly, delegation should be directed toward those who have the capacity for the accomplishment, the talents and ability needed, the practical experience of the meeting responsibility, and the courage to face challenges. As a matter of the fact, managers delegate of those they trust and respect and whose performance they have observed. Reluctance to the delegate. Manager offer numerous explanations in support of their conservative outlook. Better performance, no trust, subordinate may get credit. Continuous guidance difficult. Who will face the magic? Reluctance to accept the delegation. Reluctance to the delegate. Managers offer numerous explanations in support of their conservative outlook. Better performance. The subconscious believe that nobody could possibly do the job as well as he can. Compels a manager to bury himself in the routine. He likes the business and security of work filed him on his table. No trust. I cannot trust others to do the job. A manager trapped in his fallacy may delegate, but continue to breathe so closely down the necks of his subordinates that he makes effective action rather impossible. Subordinate may get credit. For managers who believe that if subordinates make decisions concerning the work, the superior may not be kept informed and will lose the authority. Some may even go to the extent of thinking that a subordinate, after learning the tricks of the trade, may overstep his authority and may try to outshine the superior and steal the credit. Continuous guidance difficult. Effective delegation requires that the manager must communicate to his subordinate far in advance what is to be done. This may be proved to be a troublesome exercise for the executive balance. He is now forced to think ahead and visualize the work situation, formulate objective and general plans of the action, and finally communicate these to his subordinate. Who will face the magic? If after taking all the necessary precaution, there is no guarantee that delegation will prove to be the fruitful. Managers are accountable for the actions of the subordinate, and this may make them reluctant to take chances. Many are just unwilling to let go and to allow others to commit mistakes. Reluctance to accept delegation. Delegation may prove to be a futile exercise in situation where the boss is ready to delegate, but the subordinate is unwilling to accept the delegation. Normally, the following of the delegated attitude hinder the delegation process. Easy to ask. Wise decisions are the product of the hard mental work. It is better to seek the guidance of the boss. If a subordinate finds that he can take a problem to his superior and get an answer, naturally he will do so. Sharing the burden with the superior is a safe proposition. Confronting the decision single-handed is nothing but an open invitation to troubles later on. Fear of the criticism. If there is a failure, the superior is likely to direct the arrows of the criticism against the subordinates. Fear of the criticism is there that the subordinates will criticize. If delegation proved to be a success, then the superior is likely to steal and credit away from the subordinate. Fear of the criticism is there. Lack of the information resources is there. Assuming greater responsibility may be risky in the absence of the necessary information and the resources. the fears of the subordinate in this connection and real. The resources at their disposal may be grossly insufficient to do a good job, stripped of the necessary facility. Their enthusiasm get dependent, forcing them to reject further assignments. Too heavy in the absence of the adequate rewards for the satisfactory performance, subordinates are typically reluctant to assume an added responsibility and subject themselves to the emotional pressures. Lack of the self-confidence. Sometimes a subordinate may simply refuse to take the risk of the outcome due to the lack of the self-confidence. उनको self-confidence है ही नहीं. How will he work? He may not be able to do the task as well as the boss. The fear of the criticism arising out of the failure may be a strong determinant preventing him from becoming a candidate for the delegate roles. The fear of the criticism is there. These are the issues. Reluctance to accept the delegation, reluctance to the delegate, to whom should authority be delegated, what to delegate and what not to delegate. Issue regarding the delegations is there, what to delegate and what not to delegate. Advantage of the delegation, what are the advantages of the delegations are there. Principle of the authority level, principle of the absolute responsibility, principle of the parity of the authority and the responsibility. Principle of the result expected, principle of the delegation, forward thinking principle, a courageous act. डेलीगेशन में करेज होना जरूरी है. आपको साहस जब तक नहीं होगा तब तक आप जो है काम आगे आप नहीं कर सकते. आपको करेजियस एक्ट होना आपको जरूरी है. फ्रीडम ऑफ थॉट एंड एक्शन, फ्रीडम ऑफ थॉट एंड एक्शन इज नेसेसरी. Act of the mutual relations is there. A cooperative relationship is there, and feature of the delegations are discussed. Meaning of the delegations are discussed here. What are the meaning of the delegations are there? What is the delegation and what is the introduction? What are the objectives? And these are discussed here in the topic of the delegation, authority and the power. Delegation, authority and the power. These are discussed in the delegation, authority and the power. Now we'll take the case study. Deemed university concept in India needs the right direction. Deemed university concept in India takes the right direction. The ongoing issue with regard to the certain deemed university must not hijack a sound concept envisaged by the Dr. S. Radhakrishnan. Based on the Dr. Radhakrishnan Committee's report, provisions were made in the University Grant Commission Act 1956 for declaring higher institution of learning with the quality as deemed to be the university. Quality आपको होना बहुत जरूरी है. Quality education आपको होना जरूरी है. वो आपको UGC ग्रांट कमीशन का एक्ट 1956 में आपको बताया गया है. By the Dr. Radhakrishnan Committee's report. डॉक्टर एस राधाकृष्णन ने आपको जो है आपको कमिटी रिपोर्ट में आपको बताया गया है. एंड क्वालिटी इज द डीम्ड टू बी यूनिवर्सिटी. सिंस 2005 2005 तक the government of India has notified 108 institutions as the deemed university, and in Tamil Nadu alone the number of the private deemed university has increased from 18 in 2005 to 35 in 2008, and many are in the queue. देखिए कितने तेजी से आपको ग्रोथ हुआ, 3 साल में आपको डबल हो गया और आपको क्यू में लगा हुआ है. इन द केस ऑफ द तमिलनाडु एलोन, आप दूसरे स्टेट का बात छोड़ दीजिए, तमिलनाडु की आपको ये कहानी है. डिस्पाइट द सुप्रीम कोर्ट इशूइंग ए नोटिस इन द 2006 on a PIL opposing the manner in which the central government granted deemed university status between the May 2006 and the March 2009, over the 50 institutions have been granted deemed university status. Supreme Court issuing a notice in the 2006 on a PIL opposing the manner in which the central government granted deemed university status. Between the 2006 and 2009, over 50 institutions have been granted deemed university status. The increase in the number of the deemed university should not, however, be at the cost of the quality. Quality आपको जरूरी है. UGC versus AICTE. The strength and weakness of a system does not totally lie in the guidelines or rules and regulations, but in their meticulous implementation. The UGC Act was enacted to maintain the norms and standard in the university. And Section 3 of the Act empowers the University Grant Commission to recommend to the government institution to be declared as the deemed university. At the same time, statutory council have come into existence by way of the central legislation. These councils have to be respected at least to the extent the Act demands. यहां पर यूजीसी वर्सेस एआईसीटीए को समझना जरूरी है. As per percentage guideline, an applicant institution will be inspected by a committee constituted by the UGC with a respective representative from the respective statutory council. However, Section 10T of the All India Council for the Technical Education Act, AICTE, confers power on the AICTE to advise the Commission for declaring any institution imparting technical education as deemed university. The AICTE has also prescribed detailed guidelines in regard to the conferment of the deemed university status as early as 1996 and subsequently revised them during the 1999-2000. The AICTE Act does not provide for the any delegation of the authority and going by it in respect of the technical institution. In respect of the technical institution, it is only the AICTE that should recommend to the UGC for consideration of the deemed university status. It is only the AICTE that should recommend to the UGC for consideration of the deemed university status. AICTE ही है जो recommend कर सकता है UGC को for consideration of the deemed university status. The UGC guidelines for award of the deemed university status must be as good as, if not better than, that of the statutory council. The AICTE laid down norms and standards for the establishment of the educational institution back in the 1995, and this author as a member of the committee. We are talking about the support facility. For a university to properly function with the all academic and the support facility, a minimum of the 50 acres of the land is required, and this requirement is location dependent. With respect of the building area, for an intake of the 360 students per annum. The ICT prescribed were 11 to 30 square meter as the required academic area. In comparison, the UGC prescribed 10,000 square area without mentoring the student strength. Hence, the 50-acre land of the is required. The prescribed value of the raised to crore in respect of the equipment, books and journals for the faculty of the engineering and medicine for the conferment of the deemed university is the low, considering that if the ordinary professional college expected to have facility of this magnitude. The original AICTE guideline for conferment of the deemed university status stipulated that the institution shall be engaged in conducting UG and PG degree for a period of not less than 10 years and 5 years from the graduation of the first batch respectively. The UGC has now reduced the net minimum period of the existence institution from 15 to 10 years. The minimum research requirement has not been prescribed in the UGC guidelines. आपको UGC guideline में ये आपको prescribe नहीं किया गया. The AICTE guideline require the applicant institution to complete 5 significant projects of the value of the raise 8 lakh each more per year. At least 5 students should be guided toward the doctoral degree in each department. Here, the minimum research requirement has not been prescribed in the UGC guidelines. The AICTE guidelines require the applicant institution to complete 5 significant projects of the value of the raised 8 lakh, each 4 more per year. At least 5 students should be guided towards doctoral degree in each department. And 50 publications in the last 5 years involving the sizable number of the disciplines, department and faculty members in the respect of the research. This is the very important point which is discussed here. De novo institutions. In respect of the de novo institutions, the AICTE guidelines clearly stipulate that the institution must satisfy all the regulations of the AICTE in regard to grant of the approval for establishment of an institution as laid down under section 10K of the AICTE Act. If all other criteria are made good within a year of the making the application, then the application may be considered for the deemed university status under the de novo category. Frequent review. The UGC must refrain from the practice of appointing review committee within the short period. Even before the original inspection committee's report is considered by the UGC, Ministry of Human Resource Development, another review committee is sent. The UGC must also refrain from granting conditional deemed university status, which is against a Madras High Court order. Some institutions conferred with the deemed university status in the last 3 years were advised to strengthen infrastructure, faculty quality को आपको improve करना है, infrastructure को आपको strengthen करना है, research activity को आपको strengthen करना है. The purpose of conferring deemed university is to be the reward institution with the demonstrated excellence and not to motivate them to satisfy the basic condition. Moreover, deemed university status conferred to many institutions after the 2003 is the only temporary and subject to review. Such term-bound grant must also be discouraged. Sister institution route. The attempt to bring in other sister institutions within the ambit of the declared deemed university is clearly a backdoor entry mechanism. A dental or arts and science college obtains deemed university status and bring its constituent engineering or the medical college under the ambient of the original deemed university, and then takes undue advantage under the shelter of the Supreme Court order in the Bharatiya University case. In this case, the Supreme Court held that in respect of the university that want to offer proportional courses regulated by the ACTA, prior ACTA approval or is not necessary. Every application must meet the requirement laid down in respect of the infrastructure, staff, corpus, fund, land, number of year experience, etc. It has to be borne in mind that the character of the constituent unit is at a par with the parent university for all practical purposes. A number of the unapproved centers have been started by the deemed university in various locations, claiming affiliation under the parent deemed university. Such centers are not approved by the UGC or the MHRD and are only exploiting the gullible middle class. A number of the unapproved centers have been started by the deemed university in the various locations of the country, claiming affiliation under the parent deemed university. Such centers are not approved by the UGC. ये आपको UGC से अप्रूव नहीं है और MHRD से आपको अप्रूव नहीं है, and are only exploiting the gullible middle class. ये मिडिल क्लास को एक्सप्लॉइट कर रहे हैं. क्वेश्चंस देखिए, क्वेश्चन बहुत अच्छा आपको दे रहा है. डू यू थिंक द ACTA एक्ट शुड प्रोवाइड फॉर सम डेलीगेशन ऑफ अथॉरिटी विथ रेस्पेक्ट टू द टेक्निकल इंस्टीट्यूशंस? Do you think the ACTA Act should provide for some delegation of authority with respect to the technical institutions? ये आपको बहुत अच्छा क्वेश्चन कर रहा है और आपको यहाँ पर आपको डिस्कस किया गया है of the growing of the deemed university in India, growing of the deemed university growing concept need the right direction. उसको right direction चाहिए, तभी आपको इंडिया का प्रोग्रेस होगा. It needs the quality education. सही डायरेक्शन हर एक डीम्ड यूनिवर्सिटी को मिलना आपको जरूरी है. ये आपको यूनिवर्सिटी ग्रांट कमीशन एक्ट 1956 में आपको दिया गया है ना. डॉक्टर राधा कृष्णन कमिटी रिपोर्ट ये आपको प्रोवाइड किया गया.